So today we're in Turku and we spend the day here. We did an overnight, and this hotel, hey, guess what? It's a very interesting hotel. This hotel is a old prison. Can you believe that? It's an old prison that they turned into a very fancy hotel. A bit pricey, but it has its own history behind it. And I don't even know if there's ghost in here or it was just some, kind of made up story from the staff. You'll hear it later on in the video. But look at that. It's very nice, very clean, got really nice bathroom. Oh, I do have something scary to share to you. I don't know if they do this in purpose, but I was in the bathroom and right around 4 or 5 a.m. I was awake early, probably jet lag, and the lights just flickered. It just turned on and off, and then it was on for a while, and then after like 7-8 minutes it did it again. So I don't know if there's a ghost. I don't know. It's an old prison. I heard violent crimes were housed in here. This is the outside. As you can see, that's the prison wall. Now here's the outside, and taking a little bit of a stroll here, you can see the map of this area. You can see very nice, very pretty. Finland's very nice. I really enjoyed it. It was a blast. So the hotel is Ka-Kola Hotel, and you can see that's probably the guard's house. And if you walk in, it's probably the main lobby of the prison, right? And well, it's a hotel now. It is very nice. I really like it, and the breakfast also was definitely an experience. You'll see this here in the video as well. So walking in here on the right, it's a little bit of a bar. Checking on the left, and then I'm trying not to film the people here. And you can see it's kind of creepy in a sense, but it looks well made, right? They got like little nice chandeliers there, some coffin links there for the prisoners. Maybe it's a real one that they used back in the day. Let's go up here. This is on the upper floor. They have a church in there, a chapel. I think it's church because they are a Christian country as well. I saw a cuff in here that was just by the chair. Now the doors are heavy metal doors. As you can see, it is what they used back then. They kept it. So for what I remember, what it was told to me, that Turku used to be the capital and not Helsinki. And I think there's a lot of forest fire and burned a lot of buildings in Turku. That's why it's not the capital anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. We did have a dinner here. And the reason why we went to Turku is because my brother did get married with a Finnish girl, which was a very nice girl. And she made us some really nice food as well. I was able to try some, homemade salmon soup, apple pie, blueberry pie also, and and other things as well. But look at this. This is Turku. Oh, by the way, what is weird and that is super different? I'm filming the toilet. You can see in the stall, they have a sink in the stall. Kind of interesting. Now, I'm just pretty much dubbing this right now. I'm trying to remember everything. I know the food was pretty good on this place. The appetizers were fantastic. This was delicious. I don't remember what these are, but it was a course meal. And for the most part, I like majority of them. Majority of the food that was served.
And then on the other side, so the side of the knives, you have a steak here. Then there's like a goat cheese cream. There's also white currant pickle, brings like a nice freshness to it. Then you have some semi-dried tomatoes.
This, I have to say, it was absolutely delicious. It is some type of mushroom that they source locally, and that mousse was good.
So if you need fruit, and you also have some white currant pickle.
Joo, mutta kasvaa vähän sen sukusessa niin. Joo. Mitä voisi tehdä kanttereilla, kun mä kerään vaan ja sitten mä saan tehdä niitä.
Chanterelle mushroom. Here I was able to try the beef tartare. If you don't want the beef tartare, you can opt in for a fish. I went ahead and tried this one. It also has capers, I believe. It was pretty decent. I felt this kind of tingly, warm. I don't know if this is a Finnish food exactly though. I feel like it's more of the typical European maybe. This one is a pork that was like their Wagyu type of pork, I guess. This was pretty decent, pretty good. That potato was, I think that was potato puree. I don't remember now. The shallots was good as well. This was pretty decent. Now the only thing I didn't like was coming up here. It is the dessert. And oh, the sunset. Wow, look at that. That is so beautiful. I took some photos here with my brother and wife. Took a picture of them and it was fantastic. I saw this one and I was like, hey, you guys should get a picture. They gave us some coffee here as well and got some creamer and sugar. It was pretty decent. It's just, you know, good coffee, I would say. And for what I understand, that Finland is very big into coffee. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, I did not like their famous coffee. Man, what was that? But anyway, let me tell you about this real quick. This is the dessert, and I think it's black and red. I forgot what this. Kurans, yeah. I didn't like it. The ice cream was good, but the bottom juice, that was just too strong.
But once you hit this
we didn't really like this. I think the Finnish people love this.
Bitterness a little bit.
It's just too tart.
Once you balance it all out,
So I didn't like that. That was just too strong. We took this kind of boat though. We went to the grocery right across. This was a nice experience. Yeah, this was definitely a nice experience. So the coffee shop that I was talking about is Phaser and Espresso House. I didn't really like their coffee. It's kind of nutty. I think it was very different, but it's their most popular brands. I think I went to some coffee shop that was like 10 euros and that was actually good. That was expensive, but it was actually good. You know, it tasted like normal coffee. I don't know why. You know what? I like Phaser's. I know I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but I like their chocolate. But definitely the coffee. It's got that hazelnutty taste. It's kind of weird. We're gonna go and take this kind of elevator or a ramp that is slanted in a way. You know what? People are very nice in Finland. I always thought like in Europe they're gonna be a little bit more rude, but every time I just asked a Finnish question, and they were very kind to, you know, answer and help out whenever you're in need. So definitely had a misconception of, you know, that they might be rude. I think they're just quiet and shy, but they're very, very friendly if you just like kind of like talk to them. So this was pretty cool. As we get back to the hotel, we're taking this elevator ramp. It's interesting, you know, it's definitely an experience, and we didn't kind of know what we're doing. This is my mom filming, me filming. It's definitely, you know, a nice experience. I think this kind of reminds me of like if you're in a coal mine, or, you know, maybe something like that. Not that I've been to a coal mine, but it just seems like that. Very interesting ride going up, and then as you exit, you still have to kind of walk. I think we didn't know where to go, so that guy was very nice to kind of point to us that, hey, you're actually gonna exit here. So we still have to, you know, take a good brisk walk going back to the hotel, to that scary hotel. Well, it's not really that scary, but like I said, I had that experience at 5 a.m. where the light shuts off and turn back on. It's just like blinking, and it did it twice on me, and I don't know why it happened around like 5 or 4 a.m. I don't remember. It's like 4 or 5 a.m. But it was definitely still dark when that happened in my room, which is pretty creepy. Saw a dead bird here. Don't wonder what happened. Pretty sad. That's the compound, or the prison, the hotel. and we're going our way back in here. It's a pretty big prison. I didn't really see no creepy stuff, but on the lobby the next day, this receptionist was saying that she saw somebody, because apparently she lives right across. I don't even know. I feel like that's BS. She was saying that she saw a man standing in this like window for like 2 hours and it didn't move. So I don't know what's true or not. Yeah. If you guys have stayed here, I don't know what your experience is. Definitely, let me know in the comment section. Is there really some ghost stories in here? Here's the room that you can actually rent if you want to live the way the prisoners did, in a sense, but of course adjusted as well. Look at that toilet. You can definitely book this type of room in here, which is pretty cool, just for the experience, but of course with a little bit of luxury bedding as well. No, but did they die here? Anybody die here?
There has been people dying here. Yeah.
So these are the bad people, the murderers. Wow.
Yeah, there was in this building and also the other building.
The other building right there, right?
Yeah. So there was a lot of there. I think that there was like 1,000 people in the best times on both of these buildings together.
Never experienced night shift. Did you go around? You never.
I have during the night shift, but I haven't experienced.
You haven't like heard.
No, I haven't. But if you got something, I would be so scared. I'm so scared of that kind of things.
In Finland, you guys believe with ghosts too, people?
Yeah, and I'm
Never.
I haven't heard some quest says that.
Guess.
Somebody says that there has been some noises or something, but I.
Which floor is this floor?
No, not in this floor. In the pipe floor, the highest floor, there has been something, but I don't really know if they're like true or false.
But multiple report or just one?
A few ones.
Consistent?
I'm not sure how many exact, but there has been like a few ones saying that there were some noises or something, but there hasn't been like reported by the museums that there would be ghosts in this building, but you never know.
Yeah, it's actually fun. It's interesting. I mean, that's why people come here.
Yeah, that's one of the experiences
because
we had.
So is it upstairs where the actual jail look like?
The actual jail is on the
first floor.
And when you go to the breakfast, there is like one cell open.
The sample, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, they have been renovated because the
Condition.
hotel was really bad condition when we started renovating for the hotel. So they have been renovated a little bit because there are also rooms that guests can stay.
Right.
And these bigger rooms, there has been like 2 cells on these, so we have opened the 2 cells. And
I see here.
Yeah.
Is 1 cell.
Yeah.
But what about the isolation room? It's blocked. That used to be an isolation room, right?
The little black doors.
The little black door.
Yeah, they used to be also like prison rooms. They were like for the better prisoners.
Bad prisoner.
Yes.
They go there for a time isolate.
Yeah, there was and the doors weren't like that small. They were a little bit longer, but there wasn't any water coming in this building when the owners died. So we have to do all the
water pipe.
Yeah, the pipe things and everything on every floor. So the floor has been going up like 20 centimeters. So they usually be that like a small, but they were like a smaller doors than the regular.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hopefully no ghost for you.
Hopefully. I hope the best.
So this is the isolation room. You can see that black here, right here. That's the isolation room. So what they said, or that lady said, that the rooms that we book are like 2 jail cell, but the isolation rooms are blocked off. So that's interesting, right? Here, this is after that incident where I told you that the lights in the bathroom just like blinked, right? And it did it twice. Here's the breakfast, which is very interesting. Finnish breakfast, I should say. It was delicious and I would say quite healthy as well. I didn't try everything though, but they've got these breads laid out as well, which was pretty cool. I kind of wish I recorded this landscape instead of portrait, but I was thinking about doing some reels, but then I was like, never mind, we'll just upload this portrait one. The egg was good. The bacon, I don't know, for some reason you Finnish people, you guys like sad bacon. Those are sad bacons. That's a sad bacon. Bacon needs to be crispy, okay? Those are sad ones. And you see that kind of like I don't even know what to explain. This thing here, right there, beside the Nutella. That's like their famous Finnish pastry. You put some eggs on top of it, I guess. And then the hard-boiled egg I got, it's actually hard-boiled. I wish it was soft-boiled egg. But overall, pretty good. I have really no complaints. I like some of the Finnish food and definitely filled me up. If you like breads, you'll definitely like it here. There's a lot of like, sweet stuff in here as well. Yeah, this one. I don't know what that is called. They got some nice juice as well. Definitely was filled when we ate here. I like it. I have really no complaints. So here's my plate. And the sausages were nice. You kind of build the sandwich there, I guess. We went to this stronghold. I thought it was a castle. It's a stronghold. And this was a pretty nice stronghold. So I think this is used back then against the Sweden people, I guess. I don't remember now what the story of this stronghold is, but we didn't really go in and pay. I think you have to pay to really go in. We didn't do that. We didn't have enough time, so we just kind of walk around where it's free. Maybe I wish we could have had more time to check it out, but we had to go back to Finu this day. It was just an overnight here in Turku. Yeah, this was interesting stronghold. I've never been to a stronghold, and this is definitely a good experience to kind of see what it looks like inside. And the stones, it's super cool. I would say super cool. I think if you ever go to Turku, visit this stronghold. I don't remember the name. I'm sure you can Google it, but it was nice. I took some pictures here as well. Yeah, so Finland has a lot of history and a lot of greenery as well. I like the nature. I like the weather. I really enjoyed the weather here throughout our stay in Finland because it wasn't sunny. I like it. I think we came into a nice time. Although I wish to go here again someday when it's winter. Maybe go to Lapland. I heard you can meet Santa Claus there. So we walked in here to like the main square in Turku, and we ended up going to some market hall. This is the outside market that we kind of just stroll a little bit, but we ended up going. Oh, look at this! That's a big stitch right there. But yeah, we ended up going to another place anyways. So here's the market, and pretty cool. I think I ended up getting a deer meat here, and as well deer jerky actually, and as well as duck breast that was like in a preserved packaging. They got some interesting foods in this place. You can definitely try them out when you're here. We didn't get to try them out. We didn't really have much time. We just kind of browse and see what they got in here. Very different. I've never been in a place like this. I'm not big into pastry, but if you like pastry, I think Europe is definitely going to be something that works out for you. I'm not huge into sweets. Although, I want to say, the chocolate that they have, the Baser, is good.
I heard that the salmon soup is a very Finnish.
Yeah, I do.
We have this kind of, this is something, some lake.
Ooh. In here you eat rabbit?
I have never tried rabbit.
I know more Eastern Europe, maybe.
Maybe.
Eastern.
Yeah. Reindeer meat. Oh, gusto mo reindeer meat?
What is that?
Reindeer meat.
Reindeer meat?
Reindeer meat.
Is that duck?
Yeah, that one is duck breast.
Reindeer, jerky, duck breast.
So we get to try their famous Hess burger or Hess burger. This was a very interesting one. I would say I would definitely. Oh, they also have a Subway. I would say I definitely prefer Frenzenberg after I've tried Frenzenbergs. That Hess burger was mediocre, I should say. I do think I would rather have McDonald's, but I should say I only tried the normal cheeseburger. Their nuggets was pretty good. Maybe I should have given it another shot, but I think if I was given a choice, I think I would rather do a Frenzenberg. But I think it's a whole two different category as well. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I wish it could have been a lot more juicier. But in fairness, I should have just have tried more. But it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent still. Now this is a gas station that we stopped by, which is very interesting. We never got to try the food here, but they have actual food, which is pretty cool. So that was it. And by the way, I was able to drive here. I had to pick up our luggage in the airport Helsinki, and yeah, that was nice. Thank you guys for watching.